With all the conspiracy theories that have been circulating around Diddy and his involvement with certain people's demise over the past couple decades, I am not surprised about this at all. He is being alleged of offering millions to taking out Tupac. Wow.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Diddy's been dealing with a litany of lawsuits, everything from federal all the way down to civil. But there's also been a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of urban legend, a lot of questions revolving around, let's be real, the unalivings of two major hip-hop stars. One is Notorious B.I.G., and the other one is Tupac Shakur. Now, in this particular situation, he's being accused of offering people millions of dollars in taking out Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight. Now, Suge Knight was actually driving the car, the very car that Tupac Shakur lost his life in. Of course, Suge Knight lived to see another day, and now he's seeing the inside of a prison cell for the foreseeable future. All right. But I will say this before we get into this article. The last I checked, I haven't heard him say really much about Diddy's involvement in Tupac Shakur's demise. But at the same time, maybe he has spoken out as of late or over the past couple decades. I don't know. Okay. And I'm sure it's out there somewhere if it does exist. But I have yet to see anything of that sort so far. Suge Knight obviously has his opinions on Diddy. He definitely has his opinions, and he definitely has his feelings about Diddy. He's been on a lot of interviews, but in the very beginning, when Diddy got arrested, he had a lot to say about how dark Diddy is. And of course, we have to take that with a grain of salt as well. He could still be disgruntled and angry about his possible involvement with Tupac's demise. I don't know, but he did have a lot to say when Diddy got arrested. But there's another guy by the name of Keefe D. He's been on Vlad TV. He's been on many different platforms, basically boasting about how he was involved in the unaliving of Tupac. In fact, he wrote it in a doggone book, y'all. Yes, he wrote it even in a book. And then he was arrested for it, all right? Police were doing their investigation. They went in. They found some information. Whatever evidence they found leading stuff connecting him to the demise of Tupac got him locked up. There's been a lot of interesting things that have been happening since he's been locked up. He's even said, hey, no, I was lying. I was fibbing. I was just making things up, which makes no earthly sense, because why would you lie about taking out a famous rapper like Tupac, one of the most infamous and unsolved mysteries, okay, out there in the hip hop world. Let's be real. You don't just say that and then suddenly take that back and say, I take that back. Okay. There's no takesy backsies. Okay. There isn't. There is not. But this revolves around Keefe D and an interview that he did where he was, unbeknownst to him, allegedly, he was being recorded talking about how Diddy was offering him and some other people millions of dollars to take out Tupac and Suge Knight. We got to take a look at this article, so let's get straight into this, all right? Diddy, we already know, has been named 47 times in this newly released police interview transcript, accusing him of offering millions of dollars for the unalivings, we got to use these code words, of Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur. The allegations stem from a secretly recorded 2009 interview with Duane Keefe D. Davis, who is currently awaiting trial for the unaliving of Tupac. Okay, that happened in 1996. Prosecutors recently filed a 180-page document that includes a full transcript of Keefe's recorded statements, shedding light on Diddy's alleged involvement in the crime. According to the transcript, Keefe describes himself as the quote-unquote boss overseeing 3 Southside Crips involved in the unaliving. When Detective Long of the Las Vegas Metro Police Department asked Keefe if Diddy played a role, Keefe reportedly responded, yeah. He further claimed Diddy's animosity towards Suge Knight was so intense that he instructed Keefe, quote unquote, ish, I'll give anything for that dude head. Keefe also alleged that Diddy, then known as Puffy at that time, he was changing his names a lot. Let's be real. Now he's Brother Love, or I don't even know what he calls himself now. All right. But moving on, back then he was known as Puffy. Okay. Told him in front of a room of 45 people that the price on Tupac and Suge's heads was mother effing millions. The court filing highlights these claims as part of an ongoing investigation into the high-profile M case. Despite the accusations, Diddy has consistently denied any involvement in Tupac's unaliving, calling such allegations completely ridiculous and pure fiction. He has never been arrested or charged in connection with the case, and the Las Vegas police have previously stated he is not considered a suspect. And maybe he will be, though. He may not have been at that time, but you never know. If he's being named over and over and over again, you would hope that the LV MPD, okay, would look into this a little bit more, right? They would do their due diligence and just see what the hell's really going on here. Because 47 times from one person that keeps saying it over and over and over again, I mean, that's very telling, in my personal opinion. At least it sparks some questions and sparks some arrows to start looking over in that direction. All I say is LV MPD, Las Vegas Metro Police Department, do your due diligence. All right. Look into this because you never know. Okay. Now let's move on. Okay. Diddy named 47 times in police interview. That's crazy. Keefe's statements also touch on Diddy's fear of Suge Knight, referring to Suge, who was driving the car when Tupac was actually fatally hit. Keefe claimed Diddy wanted him dead because, quote unquote, he was scared of that guy. And I'm telling you right now, okay, the Grim Reaper is scared of Suge Knight. All right. Suge Knight at that time, he was known to be a dangerous man. Okay. He didn't play, and I'm sure he still doesn't play even while he's locked up behind bars. Let's keep it real, but let's move on. The new revelations come amid other legal troubles for Diddy, who is currently in federal custody. Now, which we already know about that as well. The resurfaced allegations against Diddy have reignited public interest in the decades-old M case. The transcript and the accompanying court documents suggest that secret files from the Notorious B.I.G. unaliving or M investigation may also hold information connecting prominent figures from the 1990s music industry to these events. Keefe's claims, and that could also include Diddy, let's be real, major prominent figures being involved, prominent figures from the 1990s, that could be a litany of different people. Let's be real. That could be a whole list of people that we haven't even heard their names in a long time. Let's be real. Think about that for a second, y'all. But moving on, Keefe's claims have added another layer of complexity to the case that continues to captivate and divide public opinion. So again, guys, this is very, very interesting that they are now starting to look a little bit more into these allegations, okay? Keefe D's saying his name a lot. There's got to be a reason behind it. There could be two different ones. Either he's saying it because he knows Diddy's head is already on the chopping block and he just wants to dig him a deeper hole and just throw his name out there just for ish and giggles, or he's saying it because Diddy actually offered millions of dollars, as he said, mother effing millions of dollars to take out Tupac and Suge Knight. Those possibilities are very, very possible. And of course, there's been a lot of speculation floating around Diddy and his involvement in Tupac Shakur's M in his unaliving, his death. The other thing, though, is too, if that's the case, is there a possibility there's a connection to Biggie and his demise. That's another thing I'm kind of curious about as well. But what say you guys? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is crazy. But again, Keefe been saying stuff about this on Vlad TV. He's been saying things before he got locked up. So I'm not surprised about him saying Diddy's name 47 times, unbeknownst to him, in a recorded investigation with the police. I'm not surprised. But what's going to be really interesting is if they're able to connect Tupac's unaliving to Diddy. And if that's the case, man, does Diddy have a whole lot more problems to handle. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. And we'll talk very, very soon. Man, I keep saying it, but it's true. It just keeps getting thicker than a snicker. And we are here for it. But it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.